This channel and the content on it was created for adults only, 18+. We don't promote or condone any illegal activity or the use of any illegal substance. This was created for informational and educational purpose only.
Smoking in the morning, smoking in the evening, smoking when I want to, smoking at the beach now. I'm from California, we grow it every season. Our plants we need to feed them, we grow it for a reason, because we love our homegrown. We grow our vibe, we're in our garden, tending to our crop. We love our homegrown. We love our vibe. We're in our garden, smoking all the crowd. Oh, burning another zone. Get so high that we have to grow more. Boom, burn another zone.
Get some stash blend, feed my kids.
Hey, Mama. Oh, wow.
Be fucking nice.
Happy Wednesday! Oh my
Happy
goodness!
Wednesday!
What a day we have today! How is
It's
everybody?
exciting.
Yes.
I'm doing good.
I'm great.
Doing good. Got off work early. Get to hang out with some
Better.
cool people. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yes.
Me too.
We have the one and only Jorge Cervantes joining us again today.
Yes.
And we are super excited. So if you haven't seen our first episode with him, make sure you go back after this episode, of course, and go back and rewatch it, because that was a lot of fun. That was the first time we got to meet him. And then we have since had two of our crew meet him in person. So that's even more cooler. So yes, we're super excited.
Yes.
Yes, and you could also find all of our previous episodes over on Spotify under the HGTC podcast.
Yeah. So are we ready?
I think
so.
Is our special guest arrived all the way from around the world?
I think so.
Yes.
All right.
I think the chat's ready.
Let's go.
Welcome, sir.
Happy Wednesday.
Goodness. Oh, having a little trouble hearing you.
Oh, no.
Oh, he looks so cool today, too.
No, I think
No,
I'm
we
muted.
can't hear you. Oh, my goodness. Nope. Ganix?
What did I do? I don't know.
I think maybe if you go into settings, sir, and you go into settings and go into audio, you can see which mic it's coming from.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Good job.
Oh, no.
Ganix. Thanks for the help.
Well, I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to fix. I don't know how to fix stuff.
Papa, it's playing the music.
but it's low.
It's a respectable level. No, not yet.
No.
Strange.
Okay, Papa, do you want to maybe take him off screen so he can try and fix what he's got going on? Maybe you can help him in the background. And
Can't hear him in the background.
oh, we can't hear him in the background either.
So he's got to test it live.
Okay,
Oh.
live it is. This is what happens. Welcome to Grow the Community,
Yes.
where you never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
Mama might
Never
jump in the lake. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
We got something
turn
there.
microphone built in.
Oh, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay.
Yes. I don't know what you did, but it's working.
Can you
You
hear
did
better
help
with
us.
this? Can you hear better with this or no?
It's the same. It's the
I
same.
think it's the same.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's working. This one is the one that was. Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Okay, perfect.
Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
There, but all you can see is the screen in these. Wow.
That's okay.
Okay.
It looks like you got full shades on.
Yeah, they're all right. They're computer glasses. Cool.
There you
So
go.
yeah, how is everybody? It's nice to see you guys again.
It is nice to
Fabulous.
see you
Welcome
again.
back,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you for
So we
joining
saw
us.
Sure. No, I'm glad you asked me again. Yeah. So we saw each other. Where was it? Over at in
It's in,
Toronto. Yeah.
Toronto, yeah, at the grill.
Yes.
Toronto.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's where they gave me. Let me see. I've got it right here. I just back here. This award.
Yeah, you was.
This,
Yes.
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 Exactly. Yep.
Congrats.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Oh, it was really. Thank you. Yeah, it was really nice. I got to see. I got to hang out a lot with Mila. Mila's
Yes.
an old friend
She
of mine.
is
I get
the
it.
sweetest.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Yes,
when we first met you there, it was cool because we were talking to you for a couple minutes, and then Mila came up, and it was like two old friends that hadn't seen each other in forever, and it was cool to watch you two, just communicate.
Interact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we'd see each other at fairs and stuff, and then what had happened is we'd run into. Well, I'd go over to her stand, or she would come to a stand, or something. We'd run into each other, and then everybody made pictures and stuff. So it's like, oh, cool. It just wasn't much fun because we just never really got to hang out. And finally, at the Grow Up conference, we were able to hang out together. It was a lot of fun. That was really great. And then we sat next to each other at the award ceremony. So that was really nice. And we could talk a lot.
That was so cute. That was so cute watching the two of you giggling and whispering at each other while you're out there while somebody else was talking. The two of you were like just old friends, just having a little chat together. It's adorable. Absolutely.
Heads up there
adorable.
speaking, and you two are joking around, having a good time. It was cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she went, let's see, where did she go? She went back to, I think she's in India now. Yeah.
Oh,
She's
wow.
in India. Oh, yeah. Well, she had a bunch of trips planned. She's a pretty tough woman, She lived in India. She had 4 of her 5 kids when she lived in India for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's cool.
We actually we have her coming on the show in a couple of weeks on September 11th. She's going to be joining us. So this is fun. So you got to let us know some dirty secrets that we can drop live for her.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, just ask her about where she's been, because by then she may have gone to South America, because she had a big trip planned south, and that's what we talked about. Because I mean, South America is kind of like I've got a lot of contacts there and stuff. I've been to quite a few countries to the south and stuff.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time there. So that's for what we talked about mainly. But I didn't even know. I'd forgotten about her going to India, and she's and then she went to she's over in the Himalayas, everything now. Yeah, but she's posting stuff all the time on Instagram and Facebook. I see. Yeah,
Yes.
quite a few videos, a lot of barren land.
Yeah.
You know, one of
You've
the things
also
that
been a lot of places.
Oh yeah, I've been a few places. Yeah.
So
In
you've been
fact,
traveling since Toronto, I believe.
Yeah, I was up in Amsterdam for a few days. I went to the they call it Green Tech now. I spoke there at Green Tech, and Sonny invited me. He's really cool. He grew up in a greenhouse family. He's not really from the cannabis industry, but he is very well educated and stuff, and they really got into a lot of science. They're starting their cuttings. Well, they're starting plants. You know, they can use their cuttings, but they put them into flowering when they're this tall, and they finish out at a meter tall, right? So a meter is like 40 inches, U.S. or North American inches. But you guys use the metric system. You're real familiar with it and everything too, yeah.
Yep. We're all three of us are Canadian, so we're But
okay, good.
We still use American measurements as well. I think we kind of go back and forth depending on what we're talking about. Like if we're talking about weight, we'll use pounds.
Yeah.
I don't, even though, saying it in kilos sounds like you're like a small child.
Yeah, well, kilos really, I love the metric system. It's so simple. You can just do all of the math right in your head. And it's really quick, I mean, here, like this is, for example, here's a Mexico, and everything's in centimeters, It's so easy, much easier. So I was up in Amsterdam for just a couple of days, and then went to Green Tech. And see, Green Tech, it used to be NTV. Which is the Netherlands something, I can't. But anyway, it's a big horticultural show in the world, and now they cloned it. There's one in Paris. I think there's one. I think there's another one in Germany now, and there's a couple in the United States as well. But the deal is, see, they used to shun us a lot at the NTV fair. Right at first, it was okay because I remember I went there with Neville a couple of times, and Neville Schumacher, he started the seed bank, and then after that, they kind of got wise to us because to them cannabis was just another plant, and then after that, there was all the controversy with cannabis and stuff. And so people started being rude to us, it wasn't pleasant to go there. And Dutch guys can be really rude. They're really good at it. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Dutch guys, but yeah, really, And anyway, now we have our own section. The cannabis has its own pavilion or own part of the fair, which is really, really pretty darn cool. Yeah, and everybody's really nice to us. They treat us like regular people and stuff. And we have a place set up to talk and things. So that's really good. And it was really interesting to be there because what's his name? Dave Watson was there, and I got to hang out with him for a while. And I see him only when I go to the Netherlands. He used to come down here to Spain. But not anymore. He's retired. He's been retired about 5 years. Hell, he's 75 years old now. Just we're all getting old. Yeah.
Well, isn't it amazing though, just to see where cannabis has just in your lifetime. I mean, you're one of the pioneers that allow us today to be sitting here having a little chit chat about it, because without
Yes.
you and your counterparts, we wouldn't be sitting here. But what do you think has been your most shocking moment since the world is now opening up and being a little bit more canna friendly?
The shocking, there's been quite a few of them.
I can imagine.
The biggest ones was, well, the first time that I bought cannabis legally in the United States, it was in California, in Sebastopol.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastopol, California, which is close to Santa Rosa. It's northwest of San Francisco, about a bit more than about an hour and 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and a place called Peace and Medicine. And I paid for it with a credit card, a business credit card. You know, I mean, I broke every there is, right? I had a mobile phone on me that tracks you. Never do that when you go to a grow. You know, that was one of the rules later on. You got to take the battery out. Take the battery out. You can't. You have to take.
You can't even do that anymore.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's why you can put it. You can wrap it in aluminum foil or something. You know, so it doesn't. You know, but you have to leave it somewhere. Is the best thing to do. So that was a huge thing for me. And yeah, it was really big. And then, gosh, well, one of the other big things was when Canada allowed it on the Toronto Stock Exchange. That was huge.
Yes.
Huge to me.
Yes.
And huge deal. Huge deal. Yeah. I couldn't believe that.
Never would have thought that in a million years, you know, that it would get to this point. And it's, you know, and it was a long time coming. I mean, this is the way it should have been all along. Yeah. You know, but you know, you live and learn, right?
Well, things didn't work out. You know, I mean, it was a political football, really. Well, because my feeling is like after the Cold War was over, nobody knew. Like the United States, they always need some kind of enemy or something. You know, they always have to have an enemy.
Yeah.
And well, anyway, after that, there was no enemy, so they chose the war on drugs, and the cannabis people were the easiest ones to go after. And I mean, because, well, I mean, you grow it. You don't just move a few kilos of it or a few pallets of it, you know, or containers of it. You grow it, so you're a sitting duck there for a long time, and really easy to target. But once that the 911 happened, when the airplanes hit the towers there, the World Trade Center in New York, that changed everything. Then they had terrorism as an enemy, you know, or terrorists as an enemy, and so they dropped us like a hot rock. You know, we're no longer an enemy. We're no longer a threat. They already, you know, they had their enemy. But I think that played in really big, really big. And then another thing that was very big thing to me, or it is they're talking about, really talking about making cannabis legal nationwide in the United States, which
as it should be.
Deal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's nationally illegal in Canada, which is like super cool, and it's turned into kind of like a non-item. Because it's not a big deal anywhere. I mean, when I was in Toronto, nobody seemed to bat an eye or care about it. And one guy, Go ahead.
It's been like that for a long time here. Even before we actually went legal, it was decriminalized, I'll say. I think is what
Yeah.
the term they used. And I mean, you would get the people that would, they didn't like it, obviously. There's still people that don't like it, but most people just didn't even, the police didn't really care that much. If you were just smoking or something like that, they caught you selling it. Now that was a different story.
That's different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But gosh, I remember in the mid '90s being in Vancouver.
Got muted.
What happened?
There we go.
Oh, much better.
Yeah, it was no big deal. They were much more concerned with heroin and the Needle Park that was down the street.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, and then I remember I lived there in Burnaby, and somebody was there was so many people growing there. It was amazing. But they were raiding the neighbor across the street, 2 houses down across the street. And I remember the RCMP came to the house, and they were waiting outside. They didn't have any like what do you call those things that knock the door over?
Like the battering ram.
Battering
ram. Battling,
yeah. They didn't have any of those. They posted people or police at all the windows and doors, and they said, "We know you're in there. We know you're in there." And they looked through the mail, but they were nice about it. They just waited about it. It took them a couple of hours before people had opened the door, right? And in the U.S., I mean, they would come in there with the SWAT team, and they break the door down. They have all their guns drawn, and they have automatic weapons, and everybody would be all pumped up. Oh, it's just crazy.
And then here in Canada, they just try to reason with you. Come on inside. We know you're in there.
Please,
yes, I know.
Say sorry.
We're sorry, but we have to come in. But they're really, generally overall really nice. And I didn't see anybody pull any guns out or anything. There was none of that. It was just so weird, so different from because I've had quite a few friends who have been arrested, and it was pretty rough. Actually, I just saw. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, look, like your past, what's been your scariest moment regarding the law? I know you've told us a couple of stories, having the helicopters flying over you, and you're having to hide in the bushes, and like you must have had so many scary moments.
Well, I mean, even in this book, even in your book, you're in disguise.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Oh yeah, I got this. This is a German one I had. I just came back from the German fair. There was the Mary Jane there in Berlin. But yeah, I used to have to wear this disguise. In fact, when I was in BC, that's what I was wearing. I was wearing this disguise. It worked really well.
I might have ran into you on the streets and never known. Who knew?
Could have.
Well, that's the idea. That's the way. Really well.
Yeah.
Actually. But actually, okay, here's the thing. Right.
Oh, we're glitching a little bit.
Right here. I just saw. My partner just downloaded the old. It's the affidavit, the grand jury affidavit from 1990 when Neville Schumacher was arrested, and one of my friends, he's I don't want to mention his name, but a very good friend of mine from Portland, Oregon, who I talked into going over there and helping Neville. Well, he worked for Neville for several years till they got arrested, and then things kind of fell apart. But yeah, he's been over there. He moved over there like 30 years ago, and he's still there. Oh, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. As a family and stuff. Yeah. Well, he couldn't go back to the U.S. because he got. They tried to extradite him for about 5 years, and
wow.
They weren't successful. Yeah. But I just read that, and he was arrested, or well, what they did is they and the guy that turned him in, his name, I'm afraid to mention now, his name was Ray Kogo, Cogo, Ray Kogo. Yeah, he was the snitch that turned him in. I also met. Yeah, it was from Michigan, I believe. Michigan. Yeah. What happened? He got popped and then he turned state's evidence, but then he went federal. But yeah, what they did is they put the case together in Louisiana. And I don't know if any of y'all know Louisiana, but that's a good old boy state, and they don't like none of that dope stuff down there.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's not pleasant. Anyway, they had about named in the indictment was like 25 people that he'd sold seeds to. And man, it would have been a life sentence. A life sentence.
Yeah.
For both of them. For both of them.
Yeah.
And since then, Neville's passed away. He passed away like 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And my other friend, like I said, he's still there in the Netherlands with his family, everything. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's really changed. Yeah, all of those times were scary times. See, after Neville got arrested, that was a real scary time. After Neville got arrested, then they started. Well, it was during that time because it was 1990. Yeah, and then 89. It was 89 when they had Green Merchant, and then 1990 when they got the case together against Neville. It went on for like 3 years. And it was real scary times the entire time. And I can say this now, but I helped Neville quite a bit get different varieties of cannabis. Moved them over from the United States. And well, now they're pretty common. Yeah. Anyway, that was a pretty scary time. I didn't sleep a lot, and
I can imagine. I can imagine those sleepless nights. There's no method edibles that could take care of that.
Well, I was gonna say, like, based off of what you're saying, like both of them, you said they could have got a life sentence. Like just knowing whether it's a life sentence or not, just 25 years, 30 years, like that's
exactly.
That's pretty crazy to think about when you're thinking about cannabis, especially nowadays.
Well,
you know what I mean? Thinking back to that,
dude, it would have been in Louisiana. They had chain gangs back then, where you go out and break rocks and stuff. I mean that's pretty serious. Where they tie like 30 people, 20 people together with chains on the ankle, and they tie you to 2 different people. Oh yeah, no, it's unpleasant. It's real unpleasant, and
that's crazy.
It
is.
You
don't eat very well, and you don't sleep well.
Tommy has a question here for you. So Tommy has a question here. What's your favorite smoke from back in the day?
Ooh.
Oh, it's the same one. I still like today. It's the Northern Lights Haze.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, I tried that over in the Netherlands with Neville. We smoked that quite a bit. Oh yeah. Northern Lights and Northern Lights. That one came from Steve Murphy brought it over, or well, he got a hold of it. Somebody sent it to him from Nepal or India. Can't remember. That's why I write things down. I can't remember stuff. But yeah, and then that's when he started the indoor sun shop. And then after that, he goes and somebody sent him some flowers of it. It was all seeded. So he planted the seeds, and then he grew the plants out, and then they were also seeded. And he didn't know any different, so he was selling the fluorescent lights. Then he just started. This was like 52 years ago, 53 years ago. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so what he did was he would give away seeds with the lights. Yeah. And that's how that one got started.
Oh, that's it. Yes. You have the seeds go with, I like that. That was smart.
Yeah.
So Tommy wants to
buy a
know
light and get seeds.
Yeah.
Tommy wants to know if it was the same cut
Pardon?
that you're still smoking. Tommy wanted to know if
I don't know if it's the same cutting. It's about as close to the same variety as I can get now. Because this is
Fair
the
enough.
thing with all the different strains or varieties they actually are. They're really hard. It's a lot of stuff just wasn't stable, and it's changed so many times and stuff. You can get as close to it as possible, but it's hard to get the exact same one. It really is. This is as close as I found. But there's the Northern Lights, and there were several of those.
I like a good Northern Lights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Northern Lights is a great variety. It really is. And then comes through. Oh yeah, Hell's Angels stealing the book.
Oh, the Hell's Angels book. Yeah.
Yeah, they took
That's a good story.
Yeah, well, it's true.
It was this book. This is why he had to print it in color, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I had it printed in color. That was, in fact, I've got to say thank them. Yeah, I've got to thank them for that, because I doubt that I would have done it in all color if it wouldn't have been for that. Yeah, because then before that, I've got all these books here. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it here.
Yeah, they were bootlegging his.
It was this one here they had. This one here that they did, and let's see. I don't know if I've got it. This one actually, this might. I can't tell.
I love that he has so many books. He can't find the right one. I love that.
I got one.
This is the UK edition here, because it says yes.
Nice.
They put all of the UK English usage in a few different products and stuff. Let's see, I do have that one. Oh, here it is. I think that's it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I got a copy of it. Yeah, you can tell. Inside cover is silver. You can tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then here's the other cover. You can tell the one, and this one is not as it's not as well made, actually.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah,
the one that the
You
angel
can see the
printed.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell it because it's got a silver cover on it.
Silver cover. Yeah.
So that's one of the ones that they did that too. That's one of the bootlegged copies.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a big cover, a white cover. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome that you actually have one.
Yeah.
Actually, from Montreal. I told about it.
You bootlegged the bootleg.
So I guess my question is, did you have to pay for that bootlegged copy of your book?
I just can't remember. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember if I did or not. All right, my friend. I think my friend. I don't know if I should say his name because he still lives there. I see him once in a while. He's
You don't have to say.
French Canadian. Nice guy, real nice guy, great guy actually, good friend. He his pictures in a couple of my books.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Anyway, I think he sent this to me. I think he sent it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's everything the Isman, everything's the same.
That's cool.
That's
And,
crazy. Yeah. So
yeah.
they were they bootlegged your copy. So then you had to think on your feet and quickly change. Well, how am I going to do this? And you decide to print it in color. And that was your first colored edition, first colored book.
Yes.
Yeah.
It made a big difference. The sales went way up, but I was fortunate because that's when everything kind of exploded in the marketplace. So it worked real well. So anyway, I gotta say thanks to the Hells Angels for pirating this book because it promoted color and it made me work harder. You know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so many beautiful pictures in this book. Like I can't imagine it not being in color.
Right.
Yeah, well, it makes a big difference. And see, it was a lot more expensive to make a color book back then too. Because see the digital cameras didn't the quality was low. So all of everything had to be taken with slide film. You had to take slide film with it, and I'd use the Fujichrome because it had the best green rendition. And then you had to pay each one of the photographs cost about $300 US to make the color separations. And then after that, they had to they had to make four separations, 4 different colors, and then print it, and each one of those was a separate printing, and then they had to register everything, and it was pretty complex. And
but you actually learned how to do all your own printing. You actually had a printing company. Is that correct?
No, I printed the first book myself. I worked at a newspaper office, so that's where I got the basic skills. And I saw it come from letterpress to offset press, and then I just applied those skills to desktop publishing in the early 1980s, and that was kind of a big revolution when you can make your own publishing company. But printing, I always sent out. But I know the process. I knew the process really well. It's changed substantially now. Yeah. So we'll. Yeah. And it's a lot more sophisticated.
You have your books available online, available to us to learn and absorb all of your knowledge. And 21 different languages, I believe you said.
No, 11. 11. I got 11 different languages.
That's why there's no mathing out on our show.
Yeah, no, 21 would be a lot. Actually, I would like 21 because then it'd be in, a couple of them I'd like to put it in is Arabic and Greek and Thai. Those are the main ones. And then Croatian. I'd also like to do that. But it's already in Russian and Ukrainian, both of those languages, and also Japanese. That's the one that does really well in Japanese.
Yeah. No, here we have your website up.
Okay.
And so if anybody's interested in checking out his website, there's so much information on here. So much information.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. And then the Cannabis Encyclopedia, that one's, I did a bunch of books in French, quite a few, a lot. But the Cannabis Encyclopedia, you can get that digitally in 11 languages for free.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can actually download it off your site. I think I saw it at the top there. Yeah, right up top.
Yeah.
He scrolled up there.
Yeah, right. Up a little higher.
Right there. Free online version.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's a freebie.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah,
you've gone from you've gone from having your stuff bootleg to thinking on your feet, having to rethink everything that you know to outbeat the Hells Angels, to now you're like, here, community, enjoy it, take my knowledge.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, things changed, and you got to change with the times. And changing with the times is really important because, well, there's the internet now, and everybody's got a cell phone, and everybody has them. I mean, you sit on for example, the metro or we call that the underground, the subway in Barcelona.
Amazon.
Everybody is looking at their mobile phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking on the train.
There's a question there, and they want to know, are the books available on Amazon audiobooks?
Not audio yet. Maybe I should put them in audio. Somebody says somebody pirated them in audio, but yeah. So we had to get them to stop.
We should have Mr. Grow It narrate it for you. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna say Chad Westport.
Or Chad Westport.
Soothing voice.
Yeah, he's got a great voice. Yeah, I know Chad. I've been on his program. He's a great guy.
He's in the chat here.
He is.
Yeah, I've got actually I've been doing a lot of stuff for my partner has. He's the smart one with the AI, artificial intelligence.
Oh yes.
And we've let's see, the other day I read, I don't know, for about 5 minutes, and he and then also talked in a normal voice. So I can clone my voice now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we very well could have it read in my voice. But automatically.
That would be
because
amazing.
it takes like a couple of weeks to do this, and you have to read the whole book, and you have to get everything correct and stuff. It's really quite a job. And I can read to myself really quickly. That's what I'm used to. But reading out loud, I'm not always used to that. I might miss words or something.
It's a skill, definitely a skill that you have to develop, right? Like, we start with reading to our children, with little kids, where you read a book, you have no problem with that. But then as soon as they start turning adults, it's like, well, I'm not reading out loud to you anymore. So you stop. So most people aren't used to that.
It's a skill you kind of lose over time.
Yeah. So, anyway, and it's boring to sit there and read out loud for a long time, and you have to take breaks and everything. But to do 600 pages, it'd probably take about a month.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And then you'd have corrections, and then you have all kinds of technical stuff to go through. It's much easier to do it with a lot faster. And to see, it's you got to pay. You got to pay for everything. So
yes,
it's a lot more efficient, and then nobody wants to buy it. And if I were to do an audiobooks, I'd give them away. Definitely give them away, because that's the way to do stuff now, is to give everything away. Just makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
So we did have a question pop up earlier. Who would the boys are often they're doing hair right now.
I don't know. Actually, I just got out of the swimming pool. My hair is just dry. I think it looks great. But I have to say, Chad's got great hair.
Chad says you got better hair, though. So I mean.
Well, I got a comment on his hair. He's got great hair. In fact, it's longer than mine.
He's got really long hair. Yeah.
Well, I remember when we were.
Yes.
Oh, I remember when we were in Toronto. Actually, I think I said something about Chad because he had just gone over to meet with Mila in the Netherlands, and I think I was telling you that story, and you went, "I know Chad Westport. He's the guy with the hair." And I told Chad came on our show, And I told him that story, and he was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, he knew me because of my hair. That made my day. That made my
He was
day.
honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good deal because see that's one of the reasons. Well, actually, 2 reasons my hair is. 3 reasons. My wife likes it. Number 2 is I still have it and I haven't lost it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go back too far. A little bit, not
Yep.
bad.
Yeah.
And then
Hold on to it for as long as you can.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
That's
and also the 3rd reason is the distinctive look, and that it's important to look for people to be able to spot you a long ways away. Or
Yes.
now it is.
Yeah.
It used to
Now
be-
it is completely exactly. Before you were
Yeah.
you know, in the shadows.
Yeah.
So Anthony wanted to know if you could smoke with somebody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh boy, I don't think about that. I hang out with Mila. I like Mila a lot. Yeah, I'd like to puff out with Neville again. I haven't.
Oh yeah.
He's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good to hang out with him. Yeah, I hadn't seen him for quite a while, and then he passed away. He was in Oz for a long time, Australia.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah. He had lung cancer. He smoked tobacco.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's a nice thought to see, you know, who would you love to just sit down and you know, it just makes you think, just makes you remember your whole life, you know, it just like in just that little bit of a moment. And you know, what does, you know, we talked about your wife liking your hair, and how does she deal with your fame now? You were in the shadows before, but you're so famous now, and you're traveling to all these conventions. Does she travel with you, or does she usually stay home? How's she handling all of this?
No, she does. She's it's like to her, I'm not famous. I'm just like her husband. You know, I take out the garbage.
Just a
do
normal
stuff,
guy.
you know. Yeah,
You still got chores.
you know, it's really not an issue. We don't look at it as an issue. Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
You've been married for
yes.
many years, so she's been with you for a lot of the underground stuff as well.
Yeah. Actually, we started a long time ago. I'm 7 years older. She was 21, and I was 28 when we got married. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Congratulations. That's a feat all in its own. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's a long time.
You grew up together.
She's actually pretty low key. She doesn't like, and she's not on Facebook. She doesn't like to be in the spotlight at all. She went to one Cannabis Cup, and that's it. Yeah, just one Cannabis Cup. She went to a book fair one time.
It can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, it's don't really think about. I don't really think about it so much.
I could see how she would be overwhelmed being there with you, because I mean, over the 2 days of that Grow Up conference, I can't tell you how many. Like, we walked by each other quite a few times, but every time we walked by each other, there was a crowd of people around you. There was always people there, always.
Yeah, it's a little difficult sometimes. You know, you don't have a lot of time for yourself.
Yeah.
So you know, but it was really nice because the Grow Up conference, I was able to see a lot of friends that I hadn't seen for a while. In fact, I haven't followed. I still have a pile of cards from people that I saw there, or actually not all of these. It's about half of them. About half of them actually, because but I still haven't followed up. I gave it a little while. We just moved into a new house, and I've been doing a lot of stuff in the yard.
Mhm.
I haven't been able to garden for a long time. You know, I mean, all kinds of plants. I like all plants. You know, I mean, some of them
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny, you were telling us about how you just moved when we saw you. And it was
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were, yeah.
we talked to you, and it was like there was no cannabis talk, there was none of that. Or you were
Yep.
telling us how you just moved from the city out to the country, and you're living the life now, out of the city
yeah,
life.
it's really nice. We got a 12-meter pool. I'm able to do laps every day. I don't have to go to the gym.
Nice.
So that's we got a real nice view of the Mediterranean. That's also real nice. It's about a third of an acre, 1,400 or 1,400 meters square.
Mhm.
So it's a nice sized place. And
Nice.
yeah, and this year I'm just transforming the soil.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Beautiful.
You
I
grow
cut down a
organically?
hedge.
Do you
Oh yeah, 100% organically. Yeah, in fact, one area, it's like 200. I put cardboard down. It's a hell of a job to collect that much cardboard, and
Mhm.
then covered it with straw. Covered it with straw to kill the grass. So I put an orchard in there, a small orchard, because I can grow a heck of a lot of. I can grow any kind of citrus. I can even grow grapefruit. You know, grapefruit's
Oh
one
wow.
of the.
Nice.
Well, yeah,
That's pretty
it
cool.
makes a warmer grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but everything from apples, it's a little warm for apples. You guys can grow great apples up there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I can grow pears, plums, all of that stuff. What I don't know. Let's see. They have
All the
several
different
names.
citrus trees and
Uh,
all that.
Yeah, the kumquats. You know, the little kumquats. Those are
Mm.
those
yeah.
are great. Those.
Yep.
Yeah. But I can grow
Yes, that's pretty
all of
cool.
those, all kinds. The great cherries, the cherry. What is it? The one from out there on the Azores. It's the black, or no, the fig. It's the black fig.
Oh,
The
the
black
fig.
fig.
Yeah.
Oh.
Negro
Mm.
modelo. Yeah. Madera. It's Portuguese, and they pronounce it differently. So it
Oh.
takes me a second to change. Yeah. Negro madera, and yeah, and that's a real good one. That's a long season. It comes in later. I'm able to grow all this stuff now, and that's really good. And then I'm
Oh,
going
that's
to
That is
put in
cool.
put in a grow room, but I'm going to publicize everything. So in order to not get arrested here, I'm going to grow CBD only. You can grow that. Yeah, and I'll have a on YouTube stuff. Yeah, and I'll follow the journal because I was telling you I went over to the fair in Berlin. Mary Jane, that's the biggest fair in Europe now. There was like 40,000 people, 40,000, and you could barely squeeze through the aisles. It was a jam-packed full. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And there was another 10,000 people outside that couldn't get in because
What?
because of the crowd limits. Yeah. Oh, it's huge because Germany legalized three plants. You can grow three flowering plants, and clones and everything. You can grow clones and seedlings. But yeah, it was a huge deal. And Germany is, well, I mean, those guys are like the best organic growers in all of Europe. They've got a big agricultural
Really?
Oh,
I didn't realize that.
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Interesting.
Rudolf Steiner's from Germany. The center part of Germany and Bavaria, it's just like really major growers. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really a big organic country too.
Oh, I
Oh,
Okay,
didn't know
let's see.
that.
There's one. Here's the question. It's
Yeah.
like which country, my experience, has the best genetics, and genetics and beans meaning seeds.
beans.
It's here. Probably, I don't know. I mean, it's those kinds of questions I stay away from because
Mhm.
is it the Netherlands? Is the Netherlands is much different now than it used to be?
Yeah.
Is it the United States? Is it Canada? No, there's so many people have changed. I mean, the commerce goes everywhere now. Everybody has everything.
Yep.
But mainly in Europe, Western Europe, and North America are the big places. But Australia also has excellent cannabis too, and we don't hear much about that. Same with South Africa; they've got excellent cannabis too. And in fact, a good friend of mine, Grant Creevy, was just here. He was in town. What was it? Tuesday. It was actually Tuesday of last week, and yeah, it was really good to see him. I've known him. He owns I guess it's still Accent Hydroponics in Sydney, and he's got a place in Thailand too. They've got a store there. His wife is from Thailand, but
Oh,
we've been around for 40 years. Yeah, so it's really good to see him. I could catch up with on a lot of stuff from Australia, people I hadn't seen for a long time. Yeah, so that's how I answer that question because man, and there's all kinds of companies that ship worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I can say is I give Canada a heck of a lot of credit. I was super impressed with that Grow Up conference because
you got some,
It was a great time.
got
Yeah.
some good blood up
really
here.
smart people there.
Yeah.
Really well educated. Really well
Yes.
educated. They've done
Well,
tons of
that's
stuff,
because of
especially
you. You know, you received the
Well-
award for a reason. It's because of you and
Yes.
your counterparts that we have
Yep.
that. You know,
Absolutely.
but we do
And
have
some
a
of those
question
people
here.
were there with him.
Yes.
We
What's
do,
one thing about growing cannabis is changed so much that you don't like, that I don't like. Gosh, I don't know about things that I don't like. Pretty much everything's changed that I like.
Yeah.
Things that I don't like. I like everything. Maybe the fact that it's
count? Like maybe plant count, like you can only grow 3 plants, or you can only grow 2 plants or 4 plants. That would be mine.
Well-
That's I wouldn't like. I don't like.
Yeah, let's see. In Germany, it's 3 plants, but see what happens. I don't know. Those Germans, they always follow the rules. But it's weird. It's true. It's true. I mean, they follow the rules and they grow 3 plants, 3 flowering plants. But generally, what happens is with the plant count, that's a big issue, I have to say.
Yeah.
But generally, what happens is people grow the biggest plants they can, and
Yep.
they make them as big as possible. They put what is it? You can have like 50 grams, I think, 50 grams, which is not much. We'll see what happens over there. But the deal is, if they say 3 plants, well, everybody's growing 3 plants, and they can't keep up with it. The police can't keep up with it. They can't police everything. There's just not enough manpower to do it. So
Yeah.
maybe they hard time somebody or arrest them and give them a huge ticket or something. But it could be the plant count. But I remember in California when that happened, when they had plant counts there, or limited the number of plants that you could grow to 25. First it was 25, and then it was 99. The same in Colombia. You can grow 20 plants in Colombia, and everybody grows 19. But
Oh wow.
the thing is just people grow more plants, and if the police come, you start pulling them. You know.
Yeah.
That's generally what happens, or everybody starts growing, and they can't enforce everything. But that's where the really big plants came from, is because you know, you can only grow a few, or you could grow 25. Well, when you grow 25 pounds, 25 plants, you know, it's
Exactly. As opposed to
You
25 plants
get-
in a 4x4 in 1-gallon pots that we can cram into one light. You know, like there's so many different variables there.
Yeah. It could, the plant could be the thing. The thing that I don't like so much is there's a lot of new people coming in that just concerned about money, and that really turns me off. You know, they want to make a fortune, and they're not really pleasant people to hang out with. That's probably the biggest thing to me.
Well, sir, we have reached the hour. I can't even believe it.
We do have one more. We do have one more question here.
Okay.
Can I do one more question? Okay. So it's from Dawn, the can. Oh, there it is. What does George see in the future? George, what does Jorge see in the future of cannabis that gets him excited, and what does he find concerning?
Okay, the things that I get excited about are number one is legalization, especially in the U.S., because when the U.S. legalizes, it's gonna affect the rest of the world.
People will follow.
And that's a real good thing. Another real good thing that I see is cannabis is going to start. Science is coming into it more and more, and they're going to stabilize a lot of varieties. And it's not going to be so much the Wild West. But along with that comes big business and stuff, because now there's a lot of growers, and there's going to be fewer growers, I believe, in the future. And you're going to be able to buy cannabis in a lot of different outlets from just designated stores. I think it's going to become rather commonplace. But what that means is big business is going to move in, and the price is going to drop. So a lot of small people will go out of business. That's what I find really concerning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you so much.
You've definitely made the chat's day coming in here and hanging out and answering a few questions from the community. Everybody's super excited to hang out with you, and we're super excited to hang out with you again. Like, I'm literally just got chills.
Oh wow, cool.
But yes, we definitely appreciate you coming and joining us again, and maybe in the future we'll get you back again, because I know you got more stories.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy to. No worries. It's a very big honor for me. I could read this old Hell's Angel book.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know it's late in Spain, and you're probably. Oh, look at this! I'm putting Jorge to bed again. You're probably heading to bed soon.
Yes, 9:30. I was able to have a nap today. We had lunch. Had a big lunch over at Grola de Ibarra, and that's right in the middle of the highway. There's a great big. It's like Arc of Triumph, you know, but it was made just over 2,000 years ago, and it's right in the middle of the highway. So they have to make the roads around it. Yeah, and the restaurant's like right in front of there. Yeah,
Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
nice.
maybe one day Home Grow the community will come and hang out with you. You can take us for lunch.
Sure. Sure.
Absolutely.
We'll do a
That's gonna
road
come up
trip.
to
That would be a highlight for sure.
fun.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and hang out with us. And you have yourself a wonderful evening, sir.
Yes.
Hey, no
Thank you
worries,
very, very
no
much.
worries. And thank you again for inviting me. I'm very happy to.
Oh, you're
happy to-
Thank
always
you.
welcome.
Yeah,
Always
anytime.
welcome.
All right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Well, thanks so much. Okay.
Oh,
What a great
You kicked
episode.
him off. That was awesome.
oh my goodness, Jorge, thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us. That
Rose.
was amazing. Oh, I literally seriously, I literally got chills. That was
Oh, I know.
amazing.
They've chills the whole time.
I know.
Just
I know.
listening to the stories, the information is crazy.
And the cool thing, we're
Absolutely
going to
crazy.
be talking with Mila on September 11th. So stand by on that one, guys, because that's going to be amazing. Now we've heard his side of the story. Let's get the other side now.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, which is going to be super cool. She's such a nice
Yes.
lady.
Yeah. And she hugged Bunny. Oh my goodness. She ran up and hugged Bunny. So we're so
I know,
excited for that.
Bunny's met them all. Bunny knows
I know,
everybody.
I know. She's in there. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. And
Yes.
we will be back this evening, 9:00 Eastern for our regular time. We've got Scott. He's come back. So this is our day of doubles. So Scott, he's come
Yes.
back again from Herbs Now. We've had back by popular demand. And so if anybody has any questions, please feel free to get them dropped into the chat and we'll try and get in as many as we can like we did today.
Yes. And remember,
All right.
be fucking nice.
That's right.
Smoking in the morning, smoking in the evening, smoking when I want to, smoking at the beach. Now I'm from California, we grow it every season. Our plants we need to feed them, we grow it for a reason, because we love our homegrown. We grow our vibe, we're in our garden, tending to our crowd. We love our homegrown, we love our vibe. We're in our garden, smoking all ground. Boom, burn another zone. Get so high that we have to grow more. Boom, burn another zone. Get so high that we have to grow more.